The Kansas City Chiefs played in 2 of the first 4 Super Bowls, losing to the Green Bay Packers in the inaugural game, but beating the Minnesota Vikings 23-7 in Super Bowl IV. Who knew it would be 50 years until the Chiefs would play in another Super Bowl? I was one of those Chiefs fans watching, waiting, and cheering for the team to get back to the big game. I grew up a huge Chiefs fan. I could trace it back to my childhood days when, for some unknown reason, Santa Claus, or my parents, memory's a little fuzzy after 50 years, left me a Chiefs uniform under our Christmas tree. And unlike Ralphie in the holiday classic A Christmas Story, this was no pink bunny onesie I dreaded to wear. I couldn't wait to strap on the helmet with the now iconic arrowhead, still one of the best logos in all of sports. I posed for a few pictures in the backyard, although looking back, I'm still a little bewildered why the jersey was the number 55 of center E.J. Holub and not the 16 of Hall of Fame quarterback Len Dawson. But I was pretty convinced the 55 made me look huge. Dawson was the most popular name on the Chiefs roster back then, but there were plenty of others. Willie Lanier, Otis Taylor, Ed Podolak, I could go on. I knew a lot of those names because I printed them out on my label maker and carefully lined them up vertically on the back of my helmet. I know, label maker. I was poised for a long run of success, wearing my Chiefs uniform on Sundays and hoping my team would pile up wins on their way to another Super Bowl. But as the story goes, I waited and waited and waited. The downward spiral began on Christmas Day 1971 when the Chiefs suffered a playoff loss to the Dolphins 27-24 in double overtime. It took my team 15 years to make it back to the playoffs, and in that stretch, there were some tough times for this young Chiefs fan. I remember one Sunday sitting down to watch the Chiefs play the rival Raiders. My dad thought I'd only watch the first quarter and then run outside and play. He said, "I bet you $5 you won't watch this whole game." Challenge accepted. And $5, all I could think of was the haul of Bub's Daddy and Jolly Ranchers I could buy. Boy, did I earn that money. The Raiders beat the Chiefs that day 37-7. 3 hours of pure punishment and humility. I was fighting back the tears after the game. Not sure if I was crying over the results or the fact I could have been outside all afternoon playing with my friends. Either way, my dad paid up. By the time I rode my bike to 7-Eleven, all was right with the world again. Why am I waxing on about my early years as a rabid Chiefs fan? Because I felt for all those fans who packed Arrowhead Stadium over the years, waiting and hoping for a return trip to the Promised Land. Their team is finally back in the Super Bowl. 49ers fans only had to wait 7 years for their team to get back. Throw in the fact the 49ers have won a total of 5 Super Bowls, and it's tough to muster up any sympathy for those fans. So yes, it's been a long 50-year wait for Chiefs fans. And while the kid in me will be pulling for Kansas City on Sunday, the grown man in me over the years has found himself pulling for a new team, his hometown team, a team that's never even played in the Super Bowl, the Detroit Lions. Although if you challenge me to spend 3 hours watching them play on a Sunday, it may take a lot more than $5.